Hi everyone, this is Bhavna Thakkar, and in today's video tutorial we are going to see how to implement HILT, the dependency injection library, how to include it in your app. So the current sample project that I've taken, it does not have DI at all. We are not going to see migration, but the manual dependency injection that I've done in the no, fragments and activities, we are going to move it to HILT. So you will get an idea. Now let me first give you an overview of my sample app. This app basically, let me first run it to tell you better what it does. You see a first screen where there are a list of movies, and then when I click on a movie it shows a movie detail screen. So basically what it does is that it retrieves a list of movies from TMDB API, and the list of popular movies are displayed, and I click on a movie and I see the detail screen. So the architecture of the app, it uses an MVVM architecture. You see there are two main packages, data and UI, with utils package. Now UI has main and detail, so you saw two screens and two packages for it. So main has main fragment and main view model, and detail has detail fragment and detail view model. The adapter is for the recycler view that you see on the first screen. It uses view binding library. The UI is in the XML based layout, and the data, if you see, we have local and remote both. So what we are doing it, whatever we are getting it from fetching the retrofit, we are keeping the room database synced with the remote. And you can see the structure here. The model classes have created movie and movie list, retrofit, API, client and service. So this is going to get the popular movies from the remote, and in the movie DAO in the local database we are going to save it, and then it is displayed. So I hope the entire sample app is clear to you. It uses MVVM architecture with separation of UI and data layer. Okay, now I want to, in this app there is no dependency injection. I'm going to introduce HILT. First of all, first step would be to add the dependencies, required dependencies for HILT. For that you should always refer to the official documentation, because by the time you watch this video, those versions, the dependency versions etc might have changed. So I go to developer.android.com and go to dependency injection with HILT, and here I am going to refer. It says add HILT Android Gradle plugin to your project's root build.gradle. So copy this, switch to Android Studio, and I'm going to go to root build.gradle of the project, and here I'm going to add the dependency. Next, go to app modules build.gradle. Here these two plugins you have to add, Kotlin cat and dagger.hill.android.plugin. So I copy this and go to app build.gradle. Capt is already there, so we just going to keep it only once, and add dagger.hild.android.plugin. Next, dependencies. Under dependencies section you have this. I'm going to add sync now, and you are done adding the dependencies. So first step, adding dependencies, is done. Now second step is you create your application class, like custom application class if you've not created. So under the root folder, what I'm going to do is I will say it is movies application. This class will extend your application class, And here you tell Hilt that your app is going to use the dependency injection by Hilt. So you say it by saying Hilt Android app, just one annotation. See, with Hilt, the number of lines of code that you write is very less. It's just sometimes only annotations. So you have created a movies application class and annotated with Hilt, so Hilt knows this application is going to use Hilt. When you add a class like this, what you have to do is, in your application tag in manifest, you have to mention Android name as dot movies application, so the app knows it has this class. First step is adding dependencies. Second step is this Hilt Android app. Now, for all your UI components where you want to inject dependencies, you have to annotate them with at the red Hilt, sorry, not Hilt, at the red Android entry point. So I have two fragments, main and detail fragment and main activity. These are my UI components. So the navigation starts with main activity. So I'll say at the red Android entry point. This will be applied to fragment as well and detail fragment, because all these are going to use the dependency injection. So this is third step, at the red Android entry point to all your UI activities and fragments. Now come to the dependencies that you are going to inject using Hilt. So if I go to, like, how does it work? In MVVM architecture, your activity or fragment depends on view model. View model depends on repository, and repository depends on data sources, local and remote. So if you see the fragment, there is an instance of view model. I go to this view model and it has repository dependency. I go to repository, it has dependency for DAO. So the movie DAO you need to get the data from local database, and then you are calling movie API client.get movies. This is a remote call. So we are going to migrate all these dependencies. First, get hold of the last part, that is the local and remote database, and we will come to UI. So it's in the structure, we'll go from bottom to up. Let me first start with remote. This is movie API client, which is what it is doing. First, see what it is doing. It is first creating an OK HTTP client. Okay, and OK HTTP client, it is using it for creating a retrofit instance. So you have this block of code which gives you OK HTTP client. So this is your first target, providing the OK HTTP client to the application whenever it needs it. Now for that, what you do is, let's first create, see, under Android architecture sample, I have three packages: data, UI and utils. I create a fourth package, DI. And here I'm going to create object name app module. Annotate it with at the red module annotation. So this tells Hilt that it is a module. Now module is like it is going to provide you the dependencies that your application needs. So we are going to write functions here which will provide us the dependency. First, what we identified is OK HTTP client. So we are just going to refer to only two files now, movie API client and app module. This OK HTTP client, whenever I need it, I'm going to inject it. So name of the function can be anything, but we follow convention, provide OK HTTP client. See, name here does not matter as such. What matters is its return type. So what you are telling Hilt is that first uh, provide annotation over here at the rate provides. So you are telling Hilt that whenever any any component in the application needs OK HTTP client, you are going to provide this from here. So this name of the function does not matter. What matters is its return type. And what we are going to do is copy this entire piece of code here, and we are going to return this. So I'll say return and we don't want multiple instances of this. We only want the same instance. So singleton. Then now create a retrofit instance. Again we are going to move this block of code to app module, that whenever any activity or fragment, an activity or fragment is not going to need this. Basically your data layer will need this. So whenever you need a retrofit instance, you will provide it from app module. So provide retrofit. Again the return type matters. But it needs OK HTTP client. So it will, you will pass it as a parameter, and provide OK HTTP client. This function will take care of providing the OK HTTP client for while generating the retrofit instance. This will be just be returned. So you got your OK HTTP client, and because you got it, you got the retrofit instance. Then go to movie API client. What is that movie API service? Is retrofit.create movie API service class.java. This is also we are going to inject. So provide movie API service. Move it to this module. How do we provide? Retrofit.create but where will the retrofit come from? So that you should pass it as a parameter. The way you passed OK HTTP client, I will pass retrofit here. And this is to be returned. I hope this much is clear. Now you are done with the dependencies for the retrofit. Then go to the place where this movie API client is used. If you go to data remote, movie API client and movie API services, they are used by the repository class. So this repository class has movie API client dot get movies. So what I will do is the movie repository class private val movie API service. I'm going to get the dependencies injected via Hilt, and I'm going to use this movie API service get movies and API key I need. This way I will get it. So this client, this intermediate, this entire class, see this entire thing you moved, all the dependencies you moved to app module, and the call that you are making movie API service dot get movies, that we are making it from repository. So I'm going to get rid of this class itself, just delete it, movie API client, and now we are using the movie API service dot get movies. So one thing you are done. Now the other thing is repository depends on two things, remote and local. So local is movie DAO. See what is done in movie DAO. It is dependency is declared here. Now next step is to move this DAO dependency to app module. So remote database is done. Now local database. Movie DAO we need. So what you will say, provide movie DAO. Go to this repository and see how you can provide it. You can provide it this way, app database dot get instance dot movie DAO. Now see, you first need an instance of app database and then movie DAO. So you can further refine it this way. Here you need actually get instance. If you go, you need a context. So what you can do is you can get an application context using the annotation application context. So I can use app context here. This way you can get the movie DAO, or I can further make this more readable by saying that this is nothing but an app database instance. When you say app database dot get instance, you are basically getting the app database instance. So create a function that provides you app database. And this application context will be moved here. Take the first part. You provided app database and that you will use it here. This app DB will be a parameter to movie DAO which needs app database. So it knows whenever it needs app database, it can get it from here. But you need to provide @provides annotation. And because you only need one instance of all this, you provide a singleton. So you have provided DAO from the hilt. You provided API service from the hilt. Now go to repository class. It actually dependent on two things, DAO and API service. So DAO we have, API service we have already done. Similar thing we will do for DAO. Just take this, and we don't need to pass this application anymore. DAO you move it here, you delete it from here, and you are done injecting the dependency for DAO and API service. If you are done for remote and local database, now I want to inject the repository instance also. Now how do you inject the repository instance? By using @inject and then constructor. And whenever somebody needs movie repository, they can get it from app module. So you say Here you need two things, DAO and movie API service. Two things you need, and then you are going to provide movie repository. So whenever somebody needs movie repository, it will be instead of injecting manually, you can automatically get it because you added its entry here. So now who needs repository? View models need repository. So if you go to detail view model, you see this movie repository, which will now be moved here, and you don't need to put it here. Detail view model and main view model. I'm going to look at the error also soon. This is movie repository. So you are done injecting the repository for view model. What is next? Even the view model. See, now the next step is go to fragment, and you see this detail view model. It is late in it. So in the on view created, what you are saying is view model providers of this detail view model. This is how you are initializing your view model. You can get rid of all this code. Again, you can inject the view models. So I'm going to just delete this and go to detail view model. I don't no longer need this application. Instead of Android view model, you can just say view model. Now for view models, what you have to do is at the top of every view model class that you want to inject, you say HILT view model, and then in the two things we did, at the top of the view model class we say HILT view model, and we say @inject constructor. Same thing you're going to do for main view model. Here @inject and constructor. Application we no longer need it, and Android view model, instead of that you can just say view model. No need to pass the application. Now go to fragments, both main and detail fragment. Here instead of private late init var, I'll say private val detail view model equals to view models. By view models you have to say, and the same thing you will do it in the main view model, main fragment. Remove late init, you can make it val. and see what you imported. It is fragment.app.viewModels. Now you get rid of this manual dependency and you are good to go. Build and run. Oh, one thing we missed is install in annotation. So if you go to app module, it is a module, but we have to give it @install in. So basically you have to tell where this module should be installed and the various parameters. Say for one example is singleton component. If you really want to know more details on install in, and then different components you can pass like a singleton component, activity component, fragment component, etc. And even the view model injection we have done. If you want to read more about it, go to official developer site, and here go to generated components for Android class. Here it gives you details. When you say install in singleton component, it's the injector for application. Then you have other options like view model component, activity component, etc. And this view model injection we did just now, you can go to Hilton Jetpack integrations, and here it gives you detail how you inject a view model using Hilt. Now let's build and run the app. You can see that it works completely as is without any issues, and you are good to go with Hilt. One more thing, during development, you can have this HTTP logging interceptor and OK HTTP client that helps you debug your request and response for the APIs. But while you are ready for release to production, you should remove this such interceptors. So just remove this line dot client OK HTTP client, and you don't need it here as well. This is when you are ready for production. Build and run, it will not have any impact because we were using OK HTTP client only as an interceptor for logging. Thanks for watching. See you in my next tutorial.